What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well today. Welcome back, preppers. If you are new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. I've got some very concerning news that I want to share with you guys today. Also, do your boy a favor, give this video a like. I would totally appreciate that. But I've got some very concerning news that I wanted to share with you guys today. And you know, this is beyond empty shelves. This is beyond a lot of what we've covered recently, but it has everything to do with being prepared. We've been talking about preparation, and to be quite honest with you, you know, between what's going on overseas, you got the war, we've got President Biden warning us of potential food shortages and so forth. I just have this feeling that we're not getting told the full story. And this is probably going to be one of those videos that you want to share with your loved ones. And I really don't hear anyone talking about this, to be quite honest with you. And sometimes that is what concerns me more. You know, it's kind of like the things that you hear about more, oftentimes isn't quite as bad as what it's being made out to. And then what's not being discussed is kind of like what you need to pay attention to. So in this video today, guys, I want to share with you guys something I came across, and again, really startling, especially given who this is that we're talking about here. And, you know, if you're prepping, you're ahead of the game. If you're not prepared, now is probably a good time to get started and start seriously considering what your backup plans are in terms of your preparation strategy and so forth. Do you have a pantry? Do you have cash reserves? Do you have alternative payment methods? Do you have a store of Bitcoin? Do you have a store of actual physical cash? Do you have multiple bank accounts? All of this plays into preparation. So I just want to share this information with you guys. I think it's really critical that, you know, we kind of open up the awareness of this. So I got my laptop right here. I just want to kind of share this information with you guys. It says here, and this is from Best Life. It says Walmart is closing these stores permanently starting April 22nd. So that is 5 days from today, okay? It says that the retailer just confirmed that these locations will be shuttered next month. Now, what's really startling to me is, again, this is not widespread news. This is not widespread information. What are you doing out there? It says here, whether you shop there weekly or when you're looking for something in particular, there's almost certainly a Walmart near you. With more than 5,000 locations spread across the United States, the retailer feels omnipresent. But that doesn't mean every Walmart is in for the long haul. The big box retailer has confirmed that it is closing stores in April. Read on to find out. Okay, so let's see here. I'm trying to see, does it have a list here? Okay, Walmart has concerned that it will soon shutter 2 separate stores across the United States. One of these locations is Louisville, Kentucky, according to the Louisville Courier-Journal. This decision was not made lightly and was reached only after a thorough review process. The other Walmart store closing is the greater Cincinnati area in Forest Park, Ohio. Cincinnati Enquirer reported. According to both newspapers, these 2 locations will be permanently shuttered on April 22nd. We are grateful for the customers who have been given, okay. Now you may be asking yourself, why am I even concerned about this? It's only 2 stores. Walmart has just, it shows here that Walmart has over 5,000 stores. Why would I even be remotely concerned? Well, it always starts off small. It always starts off small. And this is kind of like a precursor to what may be in store for the future. Now, I wanted to share additional information with you guys about the Walmart stores closing. This particular article is from Eat This, Not That. It says that the company recently said a superstore in Southwest Louisville, Kentucky that opened its doors in 2008 and another in Cincinnati are permanently closing because of underperformance, among other things. Now, my question to you is, have you ever been to a Walmart that was not packed? I mean, I'm usually pulling up in a Walmart and having a very difficult time finding a safe place to even park the car, you know? There's usually tons of carts around. There's tons of cars. It's hard to find parking. And when I walk into a Walmart, almost it doesn't matter what time I get there, it's always packed. So I wonder, to what extent did these two Walmart stores underperform? Now, we have seen multiple, we've actually seen thousands of US companies, actually worldwide companies, affected by supply chain shortages and all sorts of disruptions within the supply chain. And so generally speaking, there's not even enough product on the shelves to support the customer demand. So it's very hard for me to accept the fact that these two stores are being shut down due to underperformance. Now, of course, I haven't actually been to these stores. I don't really understand, you know, the business dynamics of these two particular stores. Maybe it was dead. I don't know. I mean, but the city of Louisville, Kentucky, I mean, that's a pretty busy city. It's hard to imagine that there's not enough patrons coming through there. And comment down below if any of you guys happen to be in the vicinity, or if you happen to be in the vicinity of the store, or if you happen to know anyone who lives in the area. Let me know if you guys can confirm on those details. I would love to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear from those who are actually boots on the ground in that area to say, hey, I've been to that Walmart. It's always busy. I can't imagine what kind of underperformance may have prompted these two store closures. Now let's see here. It says here, elsewhere, Walmart locations are also seeing disruptions. On March 16th, a fire at a 1.2 million square foot distribution center in Indianapolis, Indiana, needed almost 200 firefighters to be put out and forced facilities nearby to evacuate, according to local reports. All 1,000 Walmart employees inside were accounted for. Large plumes of smoke could be seen from all over the city as a result. As of March 22nd, the distribution center is now operating again. So obviously, you know, among other things, you have a massive distribution center temporarily shut down as a result of a fire. So obviously that's going to affect the supply chain. Any Walmarts that are depending on distribution of products coming from this distribution center obviously won't be getting their deliveries. And even if they do get their deliveries, it would be because another distribution center, you know, had to route product from there to the Walmarts that would normally have received products from this particular distribution center, which was down due to a fire. So even if you rerouted products from another distribution center and kind of fill that gap, now those other distribution centers are low in stock. That, you know, the stock is going to be low because they're providing products to Walmarts at a quantity that it likely would not have had to do had this fire not occurred at the distribution center that the Walmarts would normally be depending on. So definitely, you know, and this is what I'm talking about, guys. And you know, when you see empty shelves and shortages going on, you have to kind of just take a step back. Okay, do we have a legitimate problem here? Is there an underlying systemic problem that we need to be concerned about? Or, you know, is this an isolated incident? Now, it says here, despite closures, Walmart is making big leaps in other areas because its online sales have skyrocketed during the pandemic and more shoppers than ever are getting groceries delivered. The company is doubling down on adding more automated fulfillment centers to existing stores. However, orders coming in from overseas may see some delays after the pandemic on the rise, and some areas of China are shutting cities and manufacturing plants down. Now, I just want to really highlight this part here because this is also rather disturbing here. It says, because online sales have skyrocketed during the pandemic and more shoppers than ever are getting groceries delivered, the company is doubling down on adding more automated fulfillment centers to existing stores. So what that tells me is that more and more people who are, you know, actual boots on the ground, Walmart employees working in the Walmarts are more than likely going to be needing to find another job because You know, if your role is the role that's being automated, you know, even if they keep some employees to kind of, you know, help manage and make sure that these automated systems and processes are working, the whole point behind automated services and automated systems is to, number one, increase efficiencies, reduce expenses, and expenses are employees. Each employee is very expensive. And even if the employee is only making, say, $15 an hour, you know, for the employer, it's $15 per hour plus insurance, plus all sorts of taxes, thanks to our wonderful government, you know, just to keep that employee employed. So it's $15 plus. By the time, you know, so $15 per hour roughly is about $30,000 a year. And let's just say between employee benefits and taxes, you're probably, as an employer, going to spend about $70,000 a year, maybe $80,000 a year on an employee who can ultimately get sick. They're going to call out. They can get injured at work. You know, employees for a business are ultimately liabilities. So these businesses are always looking for ways to eliminate, you know, the average person. You know, if you have a very simple job usually it's these repetitive jobs. So if you have a very repetitive, simple job, those are the jobs that are going to be at most at risk. And so it doesn't really come as any great surprise here that Walmart is rolling out these massive automation efforts to eliminate these jobs. And as they're saying that more and more orders are coming in for online orders, that would lead me to think that, okay, at some point, maybe they could be just like Walmart or Amazon, because if you guys are, you know, following my previous videos, I talked about this. Amazon's eating Walmart's lunch from an online standpoint. I mean, hands down, Amazon is killing it. But if you watch Walmart over the years, they've been adopting more and more of Amazon's strategies into their own business model. And so, if you notice, Amazon doesn't have a whole lot of retail stores. They started off online. They did online for over 10 years, probably close to 15, 20 years. Then they tested some physical stores and it didn't work out so well. And so Amazon pulled out of those stores and they went back to their original business model because it was proven and it worked and it was way more profitable. Well, guess what? Walmart, their online presence was like nothing when Amazon was just completely destroying it. Well, over time, Walmart has been evolving their website, hiring proper developers, and getting automated systems in place to improve their online presence to be a greater, more formidable opponent to Amazon online. Well, if you take that piece, right? Now, remember, you know, you got to look at these clues that are along the way, right? So if you look at that and you say, okay, well, Walmart looked at Amazon's website and said, hey, all right, Amazon's clearly winning. What's Amazon doing that we're not, so that we can compete and not go out of business? Remember Kodak? Kodak used to kill it from the camera standpoint, right? They're gone, right? Remember Sears? They didn't evolve. They're gone, you know? Remember Kmart? They didn't evolve. They're gone, right? So Walmart, they don't want to be like all these other companies that, you know, didn't survive. Hummer didn't survive, right? So all these big brands at one point, they were dominant forces at one point. And then at some point, you know, if you ever read that book, Who Moved My Cheese, like the market dynamics changed. But if the companies didn't evolve to be able to adapt to change, they didn't survive. So Walmart, if you look at them closely, they're adapting to change. Now, with that being said, with Amazon saying, hey, let's try these physical stores and it not working out, and then Amazon reverting back to their proven system of being basically distribution only, distribution center only, Amazon FBA, they went back to processing their online orders from their distribution centers. And so you have far fewer stores, but these stores are massive, right? So what would it take for Walmart to say, hey, and this article just proved it, right? What would it take for Walmart to say, hey, you know, we're seeing this massive rise of online orders, online grocery orders. It says here, we just covered it here in the article. So massive shift in online orders for groceries and all sorts of other goods that people would normally start pushing in the stores. What if these two stores underperforming is just a precursor to many more store closures closing as a result of underperformance because they're able to pump more sales out of fewer distribution centers, just like Amazon's doing. So food for thought. I'm just saying, Walmart employs tens of thousands of employees. I don't know the exact head count of Walmart employees. Maybe it's hundreds of thousands for all I know. I mean, with that being said, there's a large percentage, there's a large number of people who could be at risk of seeing their job being replaced in the future if this trend continues. So just wanted to share this information with you guys. I thought it was very interesting and noteworthy, and I'm going to keep an eye on this. Like I said, they're not covering these kinds of things on the news, and as I come across these things, it's a way to stay ahead and you want to stay prepared, right? But it's a way to stay ahead of problems before they affect you and your family and people you care about, right? So there's that, but then there's also opportunity here, right? So, if you see a problem coming and you can get out the way, you can it's kind of like, when you see a problem with traffic ahead, you can jump off the exit and not get stuck in it, right? So it's an opportunity to, take this as a warning sign, prepare your family, prepare yourself financially, and look for maybe new ways to generate income. More and more people are creating these online businesses and building these e-commerce stores and so forth. So, I don't know if that's for you, but I'm just saying, I just wanted to share this information with you. Online businesses and e-commerce is definitely the direction that we're headed. So it looks like these big box stores are doing the same thing. If you made it this far in this video, do me a favor, hit the like button. Also check out my previous videos. And if you haven't already, do subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.